It's good to hear the GPC concede that in some circumstances referral would still be acceptable. But the GPC does say in its consultation document that this new position represents, and I quote, a significant change from the present position, and they have actually excised the words refer people to other providers from their standard. And I think they are trivialising the very real concerns that many pharmacists and organisations have about this change. We're concerned because we think that this proposal is unnecessary, it's unethical, and it may also be illegal. It's unnecessary because there's no real evidence of clients being denied access to drugs under the current regulations. He talks about anecdotal reports, but I know from talking to the BBC producer earlier that these reports, a substantial number of them, have come from pressure groups who have an ideological agenda. It's unethical because, as you say, it replaces the current right to refer with a duty to dispense. And pharmacists are health professionals. They're not rubber stamps or vending machines, and they should not be forced to dispense drugs which they believe are clinically inappropriate or morally suspect.
Let me put that. Peter, presumably there are practical ways in which some of these difficulties could be avoided. If a pharmacy plans ahead, makes the necessary provisions to allow those with a conscientious objection not to have to compromise their beliefs.
Well, the current regulations have worked pretty well up till now, so if it ain't broke, then don't fix it.
Except that some people are not being given the services that they need, and they're being referred sometimes way beyond their capacity to access those services at present. That's the concern.
Well, there are anecdotal reports that certainly haven't been formalised or proven. I think we've got to realise this doesn't just affect emergency contraception. Of course, that's one problem where pharmacists are against something that might conceivably act after fertilisation and kill an early embryo, which some emergency contraceptives are known to do. But it would also affect things like hormones for gender assignment, puberty suppression for people wanting to undergo gender assignment, or if the law were to change, it would apply equally to drugs for home abortion or assisted suicide. And in fact, in Parliament tomorrow, there is a bill from one of the pressure groups, BPAS, who've been complaining and wanting these regulations changed, to legalise all abortion, including home abortion. So I think we've got to see there's a much bigger agenda here. And freedom of conscience is extremely important. There has to be a balance, yes, but the Article 9 of the European Convention on Human Rights, which interestingly the GPC doesn't mention at all in their consultation document, provides a right to freedom of thought, conscience and religion.